everyone, welcome back to my studio at Little K Artistry. I'm Little K and I welcome you to my little corner of the art world. I wanted to share with you today something special that I do to some of my very special canvases. I don't do it to all of them, but I do it to some of them. Before I bring you down to show you what I'm going to do, I would first like to again thank you everyone from all over the world now who have been commenting and subscribing and sharing. Oh my word, thank you so much. You are literally making my dream come true to share my art with the little entire world. And more states are coming on and more countries are viewing my little channel, and I just completely amazed every time I go on to check and see and answer your comments and questions, and I do try to do all of them, so thank you very much for commenting and your suggestions. Every time I go on there, I am just amazed at how many more people are subscribing. Thank you so much. I can't stop smiling. This is wonderful. I am starting to put a complete list of all the states and the countries in the actual description of my video, along with there's a bunch of links there for things that I use that if you want to purchase, you can also get them. I will be, when I do some of my larger canvases and some of my more in-depth videos, I will be starting by shouting out all of the new countries. There are so many now, it takes so long, I can't do it on every video, but I just want to say thank you. I know you're there and I'm answering all of your comments, so thank you so much. I really appreciate all the support. It's just so delightful. And I did want to remind you, if you're interested in the spinner that I use, it is one that I made myself. It's very easy to make. That is in video number 89. If you look down in the videos, you'll find that one. And video number 91 is how I prep my canvases. Again, really simple, but some of you have asked. So it will include that in the description of every video now, where you can find some of those. And then as we go, I'm also including the links to the products that I use, and I'll be adding on to that with each consecutive video. So if you go back to just a couple of videos ago, you can see I reposted the making of this piece that I'm going to be working on today. It's dry now, and you can see it's abstract cellism, but it made enormous beautiful boulder cells, and every time I get a painting that does that, I like to add some texture to it so that I can just add a little bit more depth and some more incredible beauty to it, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. So I'm going to come around behind the camera because I'm still working on figuring out how to cut and paste videos so it's more seamless. So pardon me, I'm a Gen Xer. It takes me a little while to figure all this technology out. And having said that, I will say I did go onto YouTube and I looked at some of the analytics, and apparently there are a lot of Gen Xers out there who are subscribing. So I was born in 1970. I'm right kind of in the middle of the Gen X generation, and so I'm a little bit older, but technology is something that I'm willing to learn, and I am trying. So welcome to all the Gen Xers and the younger people and the older people. Welcome to everyone who has joined my channel and subscribed. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. Share the content, make comments, hit the like button. I'm not sure how the analytics and stuff works for YouTube, but I think the more people see it, the more people will see it. So I'm going to come around, I'm going to change the camera view so you can see the piece that I have down here on my spinner, and then you can watch what I'm going to do to transform it. It's going to be really cool. It's raining here today in central Maine. Okay, there is my spinner, and there's the piece. There's a little bit of a glare here. I'm going to see if I can turn it a little bit like that so you don't get all that glare. Well, still getting some glare. That's all right. We'll deal with it like that. Okay, so this is the piece that I reposted the video a couple of videos ago. You can just scroll down and look and see. This is an abstract cellism piece, and I love it. See all these beautiful boulder cells. But the other thing that I love to do is add a little bit of texture. So I'm going to go ahead and put my apron on, and then I'm going to grab some gloves because I don't like to get the gel on my hands, just because I am still babying my right hand after the issues that I had with it. So I don't want to get any gel on my hand. Now the product that I will be using, I will share what this is. This is from Golden. A lot of the products that I use are from Golden. A lot of their, I use a number of their paints and a lot of their finishing products. This is one of my favorites. This is Golden's Heavy Gloss Gel. This works for my purposes. You may find something else that works well for you. I personally like this one. I've tried quite a few others. This one is my favorite. I do use the soft gloss gel occasionally, but the heavy gloss gel is nice, and you'll see as I put it into my piping bag. The heavy gloss gel, well, it's heavy. Just gonna cut the end off my piping bag. The heavy gloss gel is really, it holds up, so you can even see, I can show you in the container here. That's heavy. It's like, it's heavy. The cool thing about this product is that it dries perfectly clear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill my piping bag, and I'll show you the process of how I do this. And it's really quite simple. And then this is going to take several days to fully cure. But once it's fully cured, I will come back with another video and I'll show you the finished results, because you will not even believe what this heavy gloss gel is going to do for this painting. It is going to be amazing. You just, ooh. Actually, I have one on my wall. I'm going to see if I can reach over really quickly. This was my all-time favorite abstract cellism piece that I did, and I added the heavy, this is actually with soft gloss gel. This is not the heavy gloss gel. This was one of the sample ones that I tried a bunch of different things. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but that has, so this is the abstract cellism with the big cells, and that has the texture. I'm not sure if I'm able to catch the light right or not. That has the, and it's so, oh, it's so, if you're tactile, that's really awesome. So this is what this one is going to look like, only it's going to have a little bit heavier of a texture on it, because I'm using the heavy gloss gel. The soft gloss gel tends to, it's softer, and so it lays a little more flat. This, the heavy gloss gel, because it holds its shape really well, this is going to give me the kind of texture that I want that's going to stand up. Okay, so you'll also see I have a number of these palette knives. I do not remember where I got these, but you can get any of them. Actually, this one says Arteza on it, and I don't know. Oh, these are Artist Loft. So I must have gotten these at Michael's or something like that. I've had them a while. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start in the middle and work my way out. And what I like to do is follow the lines. So I am going to just start right here and do that. And then I might put a couple out here, like that. And then this way, like this. I don't know if there's anyone currently using this idea on their paintings. I don't know, but this just to me is like, so I'm just using my rounded, and then I'm just gonna soften that a little bit. So I'm just taking the edge of it and pulling it out like that. So what's going to happen once this all dries is we're going to end up with a really neat texture, and it's going to be thicker on those lines and then thinner everywhere else. It's going to look really magnificent. Now in the middle, I'm going to get my trusty dotting tool. This is my favorite of all. I use this all the time. Some of you have commented, what is that? What is that tool you're using? I started my fluid art journey almost 2 years ago now. And I started by painting rocks. And then the next thing that I moved into, because painting rocks didn't seem like it was right for me, I decided to do mandala stones. And that's the dotting. So all I did was smooth that out a little bit in the middle. There. Now I'm just going to follow the lines. And that's really all there is to it. But this texture is perfect to go on these pieces because it holds up really, really well. And in my opinion, it just adds so much interest and just another level of wow. I mean, this painting already is really wow. I mean, I think so. I'm not really an orange person. I did, a few years back, purchase an orange Mustang because I am a Ford girl. And if you're a Chevy person or you're not a Ford person, feel free to chime in, but no, don't be mean. I'm a Ford girl. I've always been a Ford girl. The Mustang, it was a 2018 EcoBoost, and I've recently sold it, but it was bright orange. Actually, it was... Technically, the color was Orange Fury. And I love driving that thing. Oh my word. But other than that, I've never been an orange person. But for some reason, when I was choosing these colors for this piece, the oranges were just jumping out at me that day. So I'm just smoothing it down a little bit so we don't have the real sharp edges. And what I will do after this is completely cured, it does take some time to cure. Once it's completely cured, I will seal it. I don't use anything fancy to seal my paintings, just a little bit of gloss varnish. Ooh, it's making me dizzy spinning this canvas around. Ah. So if you're interested in this, drop a comment, let me know what you think. For those of you who are new and you haven't had a chance to go back and watch some of the videos, I did share my story back along. This did start out as therapy for me, like legitimate therapy. And then it just has kind of morphed into something that I can't seem to live without now. Maybe use this little guy here. So having multiple sized palette knives, these are palette knives, having different sized ones is really handy. Then you can make different designs and make it look how you want. So can you kind of see what this is going to end up? How this is going to look? What I love about this is that it dries clear and super shiny because it is a gloss gel. So that's really all there is to it. Just going around and smoothing out both sides. Very cool. This is gonna look pretty awesome. And there's no trick to it. There's no, if you get it wrong, oh well, it dries clear. So you're gonna be able to see the design through it. There's really no mistaking. I mean, I don't know that there's any mistakes in art anyway. Bob Ross called them happy accidents. Is that what, was that his thing? I tend to agree. This does not look like much right now. I know. But trust me. It will. It's going to look fabulous. Just using the dotting tool just to smooth out some of the sharp edges. I don't want it to be too. I don't want it to be too sharp. All right. It's kind of like frosting a cake. This is really fun. Wait until you see how it transforms this painting. But this is one of those things where I have to keep telling myself to just trust the process, because if you don't know what I'm doing, if you're just chiming in, you're like, why is she ruining that painting? I'm not, trust me. I am making it, taking it just to the next level. And I think what I will do with some of these is leave some of the edges rough, just to give it a little bit more interest. Doesn't look like much, does it? I bet you all are dying to know what this is going to look like when it's done. I am too. I have to wait for it to dry. The heavy gloss gel does take a little bit longer to cure. But it's all right. We can be patient, right? I like the way that looks. I'm going to leave it like that. This one out. Pretty cool, huh? Stinking cool. Haven't done one of these in a little while. You can see how handy this spinner is for this type of work as well. If you didn't catch it at the beginning of the video, it's video 89 if you want to make this spinner. I like to smooth out around the edges. That's just my personal preference. Pretty neat so far, but it doesn't look like much. It looks kind of like a big mess, doesn't it? Just gonna refill my piping bag. A little bit more. Okay. Not much left here to do. Oops, smooth that one out. This one. And this one. Before I started using my spinner for this, I used to do this on my living room table, just my coffee table, and I just kept sticking my fingers in it. Every time I would have to pick up the canvas and move it. Drove me a little nuts. If you're watching this and you haven't chimed in from where you are watching from, please do. I read all the comments, even the not so nice ones. But thankfully I don't get very many of those. It actually amazes me that anyone would write a negative comment on an artist's page. Art is so subjective. You know, if you don't like it, just move on. It seems pretty silly to write something that could make an artist not want to do their art, you know. Not that it would deter me. But when I was newer, some of the negative comments might have made me think twice about continuing. So it just really surprises me that some people still do that. But I mean, like I said before, you never know where people are in their journey, and some people are happier when other people aren't so happy. I grew up with a parent who was like that. Some people are happy when everyone around them is miserable. That I don't get either. But, yeah. We Gen Xers are a tough lot, aren't we? Had to endure a lot. I was talking with a young friend of mine the other day, and we were comparing notes on our childhood and all the interesting things that that young person, she's in her mid-20s, all the things that she had to endure and, you know, go through or whatever. And I was like, yeah, okay, you know, you've got some legitimate stuff there. And then we were laughing about how the silly things our parents made us do. And I happened to relate to this person that I grew up with smokers, and that when I was younger, my mother would send me to the store, walking to the store by myself in, you know, we lived all over the place. We moved around a lot when I was young, and I was in obviously not a place that I was that familiar with. And she would send me down the road, you know, a mile or so, to buy her a pack of cigarettes. She smokes Saratoga 120s. I don't know if you're familiar with any brands of cigarettes, but those suckers are long. They're like... And she'd send me to get a pack of cigarettes for her. And I would walk by myself to the store when I was 10, 12. Youngest, I think I was 10. And I would tell the salesperson I needed those right there, because I knew what they looked like. And they would sell them to me, a 10-year-old, because this was 1980, so things were a little different in 1980. And my friend was appalled. She didn't believe me. You have any Gen Xers out there? Did you have to go to the store and buy beer or alcohol for your parents? I never had to buy alcohol for her, but I had to buy cigarettes. And I think about all the things that I went through now as a child and all the things that I did, and I just am horrified. I would never let my child, any of my children, I had 2, I would never have let them, first of all, walk to the store alone. Second of all, buy a cigarette. I didn't smoke, but if I did, you know, buy cigarettes for me. I mean, come on. So let me know in the comments if you did anything like that, that you would aghast, completely shocked to let your children do now. And my kids are like, oh, you're making that up. I wish I was. I really wish I was making some of the stuff up that I had to go through as a child. But I think, and you can agree or disagree, I think it builds character, you know? Not that I needed to have my character built in that way, but I look back on that now and I'm like, gee, how lazy was my mother? You know? What was she doing while I was at the store? I don't think I want to know what she was doing. Oh, the things we did when we were kids, right? And I'm so glad I went through high school without the internet. Oh my word, I can't even imagine. And cell phones with video recorders, oh Lord. Nope. I'm gonna take some of this off here. Back in the jar. I don't like to waste. I'm just gonna, got a little bit too much on here. I wanna have a little bit less showing there. I'm just gonna smooth it out with my fingers in some of these spots. So that's really all there is to it, guys. This is, I mean, it's art, it's not rocket science. So what I do, once, okay, so this is pretty much done. I'll probably smooth out the edge a little bit just because as it dries, it does dry pretty hard. And I don't want any rough, like sharp things sticking out on the edge. So I like to smooth it out a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll go through in the middle because it's starting to dry a little bit. The thin parts are starting to harden a little bit. So I'll just go through here and wet my glove a little bit and just kind of smooth it out. Where some of those rough parts are in the middle of these, especially is because I had the palette knife kind of stuck and it made some sharp lines. So if you're still watching and you've gotten to the end here, I would like to mention, I've mentioned it a number of times. I would like to mention again and let you all know that I am I don't want to say my previous life, but earlier, a few years ago, I was a life and business coach, and it was before COVID, and I got a pretty serious flu. I've been hearing impaired. I have had tinnitus my whole life, but I got a pretty serious flu back in the winter of 2017, and I lost a significant portion of my hearing. I didn't know that a flu could do that to you, but apparently it can. And that was right at the height of my life coaching, and I did, again, this was before COVID, so we didn't have all the apps that you could go on and communicate and talk to people. And the majority of my life coaching clients were on the phone. And because I couldn't hear anymore, and I didn't really have the capability of video chats then, I had to close my life coaching business, and it was quite sad. I really loved it. I focused on goal setting and helping people realize their potential. I would like to start doing that again, but I want to incorporate the art because this has become something very special to me, and I know you all are following along, and hopefully you're getting some enjoyment out of this too. So I do want to do something. I'm calling it Art Beyond the Canvas, Art Beyond the Canvas, and it will incorporate my life coaching as well as the art. And it will be just it will be a paid program, but it will just be a small fee because I want it to be accessible. Loved my life coaching. I also have I have a designated corporate speaker training through the Bill Gove workshop. I don't know if you all are familiar with Bill Gove. I did that back, I think it was back in 2015. So I am a certified life coach and a corporate speaker. And I just love sharing positive, uplifting, happy, joyful things that make me smile, which is why I love sharing this art. So I'm working on the program, Art Beyond the Canvas, and I would like to know what you all think, if that would be something that you would be interested in joining me in. It will be a one-time paid thing, and then you'll have access to it. So let me know back in the comments if that might be something that you'd be interested in. It's just with me. I don't have anyone hired to do it. And it will be fun and something very positive, and I think in a negative world we all need something a little bit positive. So let me know in the comments if that's something that you'd be interested in. Okay, this is pretty much done. I'm going to come up there and move the camera again. Okay. Where am I? Okay. Here I am. Okay, so I'm going to let this cure. It's going to take a few days. I'm going to come back with another short video, probably will be in the shorts, to let you know what this looks like when the texture is dry, and then I'm going to seal it. And I thank you all for watching. I hope you're still watching. And please drop a comment. Let me know where you are in the world and where you're watching this from. I so enjoy reading the comments, and I respond to every single one of them. If I haven't responded to your comment yet, I will. And let me know, just what do you think of this? Does this look cool? Is this something that you might want to do with your art pieces as well? And again, the only ones that I do this on are the blowouts, the one with the pink, purple background with the pink flower. I don't know, it's a flower. It's like a vine thing that I just posted it. I most likely will add this to the very outside edges of that one. And again, this is Golden's Heavy Gloss Gel, and I just use a piping bag and some palette knives. It's very relaxing. And when this is all completely done, I'll show you this one again. It will look similar to this one, but like I said, this one used soft gloss gel. So the texture part of it is very low to the canvas. This one is going to be some deep texture, and it's going to be really awesome. I can't wait for you guys all to see it. So yeah, I get a little bit excited about my art. Okay, so thank you all. I appreciate you wherever you're from, wherever you are right now. I know you took a few minutes out of your day, and it's precious, and you can't get that time back. And I really appreciate you spending some time with me. So comment, let me know what you think about this, and I will be back as soon as this is dry and cured. I'll put a video in the shorts, so look out for that, and I will let you know what this looks like, and it's going to be fabulously awesome, I think. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for subscribing, and remember, go make the art. Bye-bye.